after the new health orders announced by Governor Whitmer last night. You might be wondering how exactly those orders are being issued after the state Supreme Court struck down some of her powers in October.
It's a fair question. And while some of those orders are still controversial, one legal expert explains to our Michael Martin it wasn't technically issued by the governor.
Well, despite the state Supreme Court urging the governor to work with the legislature moving forward in their decision issued in October, her administration choosing to issue these new orders under the state's public health code and through the director of the state's Department of Health and Human Services. While some are happy that these new rules will be going into effect, it's leaving some on the right side of the aisle pushing to have the governor impeached.
The situation has never been more dire. We are at the precipice, and we need to take some action.
Governor Whitmer announcing another round of health restrictions Sunday as the number of confirmed COVID cases across the state continues to grow at an alarming rate. While some of the governor's emergency powers were struck down by a Michigan Supreme Court decision in October, Sunday's orders were issued by Robert Gordon, the director of the State Department of Health and Human Services.
We're in a different place now than we were in early October, when the governor was issuing rather broad executive orders under her authority.
As Associate Dean at WMU Cooley Law School, Michael McDaniel says these orders are issued under the state's public health code.
It meets the definition of imminent danger under the public health code. So I think she's well within her authority under the public health code to do so.
It's a decision lauded by state reps on the left side of the aisle.
It's a pause. It's a slowdown that says, let's take a few weeks and try to bend the curve again, get those new infection rates under control. I think it was a smart decision. I think it was a bold decision, and I think it's a decision that will save lives.
But reactions differed significantly on the right, including from Representative Rendon of Michigan's 103rd District.
I understand this is a virus and we have to take it seriously, but I'm not in agreement with the orders.
Representative Rendon and several other legislative Republicans announcing after this latest round of restrictions that they would be seeking to impeach the governor.
I think the fear that we have unleashed onto the state at large is not quite the way to approach this. I think a more thoughtful approach by letting the local communities handle what they're seeing in their communities, what their hospitals are experiencing.
But Representative Hoadley feels that many of those in the legislature have, in recent months, failed to act.
There were bills, and there are bills that have been introduced since April that could actually codify and work with the legislature and the governor to put protections in place for small businesses and families. But Republican legislative leaders chose not to move those bills. And it's frustrating.
Now, for more information about these orders and everything they entail, you can head to our website at fox17online.com. For now, though, in Grand Rapids, Michael Martin, Fox 17 News.
All right, thank you, Michael. And the governor's office issuing its own statement this morning in response to the calls for her impeachment, saying in part, quote, Governor Whitmer doesn't have any time for partisan politics or people who don't wear masks, don't believe in science, and don't have a plan to fight this virus. Right now, she is focusing on saving lives, unquote.